This video is to help you get yourself familiarized on how to assemble the glass plates and cast your polyacrylamide gel before the class. First thing you need is the stand. You also find a little pad that fits the rectangle on the bottom of the stand and will keep the liquid acrylamide from leaking until it polymerizes. You also need a comb and two glass plates, one big and one short. You also need a green clamp that you'll find on the big box. This is the clamp and the two glass plates. So we'll have a big one called spacer plate, and it contains a spacer that will dictate how thick your gel will be. This one is 0.75 millimeters, but most of you will have a 1 millimeter one. So place the big plate on the stand, on the clamp, facing you, with the spacers facing you. The short plate is called short plate because it's shorter than the spacer, and it's also thinner. So that will go in the front, and make sure you align them at the bottom and close the clamp like that. And now you will place your plates on the stand and make sure you close the clamp on the top as well. See it? Good. So this will keep the liquid inside. But before you make your gel, you have to test to see if it is leaking. So you test it with water, fill it to the rim, all the way to the shorter plate, and leave it for a couple of minutes to see if the level of water will go down. You can see here mine is not leaking, not in the bottom, not on the top. After you decide it's not leaking, take your whole system to the sink and turn it upside down to pour the water out. You can even dry it a little bit inside the plates with the filter paper, or a Kim wipe will also work. So now you can get your solutions to cast your gel. You have resolver A and B, stacker A and B, 10% ammonium persulfate, and TMAD. First thing you'll do is pipette 3 ml of resolver A and 3 ml of resolver B into a 15 milliliter Falcon tube. Next, you pipette 30 microliters of APS, ammonium persulfate, into the mix. Last, you need to add 3 microliters of your TMAD to the mix, and make sure you mix it well. I'll use a 1 milliliter pipette and pipette the resolver in between the two plates, like we tested with the water. Make sure you be careful there because you need to leave the space for the stacker gel later. So I usually just go until the indentation you see here on the clamp, but it's about 3/4 of the short plate. You'll see, I'll show you the level that I'll leave the resolver gel there. I'll add just a little bit more because on the angle of the camera you cannot see, it's not completely on the level that it should be. And I usually make a mark with a pen so I can try to see the line after the gel polymerizes. So see there, I'm making a mark with a pen so I know the level. You see there that the line is not completely straight. There. In order to have a straight line, some people add isopropanol. We can just add water. That will make it harder for you to see the line. That's why I made the mark with the pen. But once it's polymerized, you'll see the line better. So add a bit of water. And that will make the line straight, even though you cannot see it well in there, depending on the angle. So leave the gel on a flat surface until it polymerizes. I'll add a bit more water so that the level go all the way to the short plate. That way it's easier to see if the gel leaks. That will take around 30 minutes. After that, it's gonna be easier to see the line between the gel and the water. Yeah, you can see it there. So you can pour the water down the sink like you did the first time. So now you can proceed to make the stacker. This time you will pipette 1 milliliter of stacker A and stacker B together into the 15 milliliter Falcon. Then you add 10 microliters of your APS. And 2 microliters of your TMAD. Now you can proceed to pipette it to the top of your resolver gel. An important thing here is that you pipette all the way to the rim of your short plate. That will keep your gel from having bubbles on the when you put your comb in. So I went all the way to the rim, and then I'll put my comb. Make sure you use the comb that's the same thickness as the spacers on your spacer plate. You can see here 0.75 millimeters. I will make it closer. There you go. Press it all the way down. You don't see any bubbles. I'm just trying it for you to see. There you go. So that will polymerize in about 15 to 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you can check to see if your gel is polymerized, but gently lifting the comb and seeing if you have the comb marks on your gel. Since I'm sure mine is polymerized, I'm taking the whole system out. I'm just lifting my comb for you to see. You can see the space of the comb there. But you don't take the comb out, leave it in. You can take the glass plates out of the clamp and put your gel on the Ziploc bag until you need it after your protein samples are ready. Some people like to wrap it in filter paper or paper towels or Kim wipes. You can put it directly on the bag, honestly, but one important thing is you have to put some water inside to keep the gel from drying out. And the most important thing here is write down your cubicle number and your team names so you can identify your gel later.